Alright guys, welcome back. So, my system has had enough time to charge for me to do this next part, okay? I'm only doing these parts so you see how it's done, okay? Alright. While you weren't watching, I had to take my side panel off to access the back, okay? Now, it's not really that critical that I show you that, but you need to understand I did that so I could access the screw in the back of the panel, okay? Alright, let's turn this around for you. Okay, matter of fact, I am going to cover this up, okay? Because I don't need this right now. I don't need to explain and or show anything to you. So that's why we're going to close this. Okay? Take your thumb screws, put them in. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to show you how to put RAM in, okay? Now, there are two kinds of RAM, three kinds of RAM, okay? There is a whole bunch of RAM types and RAM specs, okay? Now, there's single channel, and then there's dual channel, okay? I'm going to put mine in single channel, which is right here. Okay, now, if I was to put them in here, that would be dual channel, okay? Now, I want to show you something. Do you see the pins? They can only go in one way. Don't force it, okay? One side has less gold pins as the other side, okay? And we're going to find out which one does. So you're going to line it up and find out which one does this, okay? But first, I want to show you something, okay? Do you see how there are notches in here, folks? Right? Little notches in the bottom and notches in the actual chip, right? Okay? So what's going to happen is we're going to slide it in there, and this is going to basically clip in there. You see that? It pulls out so I can pull these out. And then, okay? You're going to hear that snap, but you're going to line it up down here first in the gray slot. It doesn't matter, but they both have to be the same, okay? Let's do that now. Line it up. Okay? Now, this groove here is not fitting where this groove is. So don't shove it. All you have to do, turn it around and try it now. Voila. Okay? Matter of fact, when you push it in there, the top snapping part, the securing mechanism, will click itself. So now, do you see how the label is exposed to the front of the brand? What do you think I'm going to do? That's right. I'm going to expose the brand, okay, to the front of the case. Remember, what you're viewing, that's to the front of the case. That's to the back. So I'm going to take this, expose it to the front, line it up, and put it in there. Okay? Now I have my RAM in there. Okay? I can't connect this right now. That's what these cables are because I don't have my power supply. That's what goes in these slots. But I can add my GPU right now so that we can get this going. Okay? let's do that now. This is your GPU, like I mentioned. Now, I went over this briefly, but do you remember what we were talking about? This bracket here? This is the screw, okay? The screw is right here. This area right here. So now I have to line it up with my card, which goes right there. I'm going to find where I need to pull them out so it looks like it's these two right here, okay? Not the top one, these two, okay? You see that? Right here. This one, not this one, okay? Because these are going to inlay with this bracket right here and let this expose. So let's do that. Take your thumb. This should not be that difficult. Okay. Okay, set that aside. Leave that there. Set that aside. Leave that there. Okay. Now, remember what I said. These pins are like this for a reason. Okay? They go into the slots like that. This is going to be a tab. That's going to be a tab. These are going to be your connections and your pins. Okay? Look, I have a small pin insertion here, a long one here, and a tab that will close. There's a small, there's a long, there's a tab. Okay? So, what we're going to do is take this and flip it over so this is exposed to the top. The fan is at the bottom. I'm going to put it in there. Find the lines, okay? You may have to kind of work with it a little bit, all right? Don't force it, but you got to kind of work with it. I don't like that at all, okay? So we're going to cover that one up. We'll use one of these, okay? We'll use this one and this one, okay? Pull this away. Put that in there. All right, I know what the issue is, okay? This needs something to sit on top of for this to work properly. That's why we were having issues with the screws. So I need to find risers to keep this off of the actual thing. So I need to go to the hardware store for that. And while I'm at it, I might as well look to see if I can go ahead and find a power supply that's powerful enough that will power this PC for us. Maybe we can get most of, if not almost all of, what we need for this build. The very last thing is going to be the CPU cooler. Because if you don't add the right paste, it's going to make a big mess. And if you add too much, it can go all over the case. So it takes a special kind of skill to do that. Almost like knowing when to top off your car's oil. If you add too much, it'll make a mess. If you don't add enough, it won't work, and you'll have catastrophic problems. Now, it is raining, so I might have to grab my rain gear. Alright. Yeah, no, I don't like that one bit. Alrighty. We will be back for part 3, okay? This is why building a PC takes a lot of homework and a lot of patience, okay? But you gotta be easy with it.